happy holidays from Fluid Concepts, everyone. Welcome to our holiday special. We're going to be talking today about not only a cocktail, but a technique that you can use not only for just one cocktail, but for large format, so you can have batched cocktails ready to go at home. And we'll just kind of talk about this whole process and how it works. So today we're doing a play on a whiskey sour, an egg whiteless whiskey sour. This is known as the New York Sour. So we're going to have whiskey, lemon juice, simple syrup. The end product, we're going to float a little bit of red wine on the very top of it. But firstly, let's talk about the process of clarification. In this case, we're going to be using whole milk, or milk washing as some do call it. So basically, I'll step you through the whole process of this. It's pretty simple and straightforward. We're going to start by building our cocktail into a vessel. In this case, I'm just going to use a glass because I'm going to be going for multiple glasses, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We're going to start with 2 ounces of the lovely Basil Hayden's dark rye today. This is great because it is finished with a little bit of port in it, so it gives it this nice kind of dark color and also some really lovely baking spice kind of notes that will work beautifully for the holidays in this cocktail especially. So 2 ounces of Basil Hayden's. I pre-squeezed some fresh lemon juice. I'm going to go with 3/4 of an ounce of that. And then we'll get that into there. And then we're going to do about 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. In this case, I'm using the syrup JM from Rum JM in Martinique, France. A little bit more viscous than classic simple syrup, so I'll do just shy of equal parts there. So again, we've got 2 ounces of Basil Hayden's, 3/4 ounces of lemon, 3/4 ounce of your sweetener. Now once that is said and done, I'm going to get 1 ounce of whole milk. Really important that you use whole milk in this, or half and half. Skim milk, 2%, won't really work as there's not a high enough fat content. We're going to do 1 ounce of milk. So really important in this step, you get the milk in its own vessel and you add the cocktail to the milk, not the milk to the cocktail. If you add the milk to the cocktail, the curds will seize up really quickly and not get enough chance to incorporate in there. So we're going to get our cocktail, we're going to pour it into the milk, and you'll see the curdling process start to begin. Now that doesn't look too delicious, but the end result that we're going to get here is absolutely delicious, and it's all about the texture of this. Milk washing adds a roundness to it that you just don't get from a straight up cocktail. So in another clean vessel here, I'm just going to use a pour over coffee filter with 2 coffee filters here. Cheesecloth I've found doesn't really work as well either. So I've done 2 coffee filters just to make sure that I get it. Now I get this curdled bit here, and the little first runoff is going to be a bit cloudy, as you can see here. Now clarification was something that was done back in the 1700s and 1800s when firstly liquor was a little harsher. This was a way that they would use to kind of round out the edges of that. Also acts as a preservative. I mean, Ben Franklin was doing this in the 1700s. This will be fridge stable for years. There's a rumor that they found some of his old milk punch hundreds of years later and that it was still good. I haven't tried hundreds and hundreds year old milk punch, but I do know for a fact that this will hold fridge stable for about a year. And the good thing is that you can have this ready to go after you get off work, for your next holiday gathering, next gathering. Now this part right here, the first runoff, now you can see the milk curds have kind of grabbed your cocktail. They're starting to do its own little thing with filtering. So what I'm going to do is get another clean vessel here, in this case just a cup, and I'm going to transfer that over and then pour this kind of cloudy little bit right back into it, and the milk curds are going to act as its own filtration system on top of the coffee filter. And just like that, you have yourself a clarified cocktail. As you can see, it's not clear like water, but it is clear in color. Now this is not so much a recipe as it is a technique, so you can clarify really anything as long as there's a citrus element and a milk element or fat element. So it's kind of like the binding molecule that strips the colors and the textures. It imparts this beautiful round mouthfeel, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful process. Again, you can make this in large batches for later. It's fridge stable. So what I'm going to do now with my clarified drink here is put it into a rocks glass over a big ice cube thusly. We're going to pour that in. Okay, so there's that. A little bit more. Now the final part, we're going to get some red wine. And you can do this over the back of a bar spoon, or you can do this directly over the large cube because it kind of acts as that same thing. I'm going to get about 1 ounce of red wine, and oh so slowly I'm going to pour this just over the cube, and you'll see it start to just kind of layer right at the top. It's going to look like it's sinking down, but you'll see this beautiful layer of red wine start to float right at the tippy top. For extra aromatics, I'm going to get a little swath of lemon peel and just squeeze those oils over the top. And there, folks, you have a delicious Clarified New York Sour. Cheers and happy holidays.